Now we're live. Okay, you can say hello now.
Quite quickly.
Introduce yourselves.
You'll have to excuse us, we're having our tea.
I'm not. I've had my tea.
I've just finished my tea, though I am doing product placement.
I have my tea to have.
That's blatant advertising.
Yeah.
Hey, what about you and your moomin?
Nothing wrong with Moomins. Yes.
Oh, crikey.
Can I start reading?
Yes, of course.
No, it's quite all right.
Viewers.
Scott just fallen over.
Volley attacking my ankles.
A one-man Mexican wave.
You see him red now?
Say you are, and I'll see if I can add some people in, real people.
Okay.
That should be a light bulb, actually.
Close.
Well, I'm Adam. Who are you?
I'm fake Keith.
I'm Crumbly.
And I am the real Keith Dunn.
Notice I let you say it that time.
And then the voice comes out a few seconds later.
Yeah.
You look like a badly dubbed Japanese film.
No, we must get to the... Yes.
Anyway, shall we? Well, we've introduced ourselves. I mean,
We
it's a
have.
bit too late to do an intro now.
Yep.
Cheers for doing it. Not really.
I mean, shall I come and
It's all a cuff. No news.
Somebody's
Not
on the
on the podcast.
Edit all this bit out.
No editing, unfortunately. It's all going out live.
And people keep asking us to do that. Damn fools.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Well, shall we just say a quick hello to our viewers out in YouTube land?
Hello, viewers out in YouTube land.
Hi all.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Greetings. Excuse me.
Now, hopefully I've invited a few people to join us, but nobody has yet.
Oh, I
We're
don't know.
here. Are you there?
No, I'm not all there.
Yep. Well, that much is accounted for.
Now, I know Naya is online, so she'd better accept her invitation.
All else
Under
fails.
pain of death.
Walking past and drag him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been warned not to do that anymore.
Oh, I've got to add to my collection somehow.
Ooh. Ooh. And one from a good luck. Ooh.
Have we got any news?
Hang on.
One thing you did forget to say last
Right.
time,
Yeah.
and Keith's the papers on the table.
Oh, hang on.
Go on then.
I'll go and get the paper.
Stop showing people the living room.
It's a nice picture.
Yeah. Is that exploding TARDIS there?
It is.
Oh,
That-
fun.
The paper is especially tough.
Doctor Wu.
Wrong way up.
Upside down.
Oh, you got it upside down.
Dirty Prince.
I know the ideal way to counter that.
No. First of all, we have to say that Clara is clearly superior to Amy because she can attract a prince.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
I thought
Nothing to say about that.
Jenna Coleman who was going to attract a prince.
Sorry?
I thought it was Jenna Coleman who was going to attract a prince. I mean, she was getting rather chummy with old Prince Harry.
It's Clara.
There was a piece of news in the newspaper about a dwarf that dressed up as a Dalek.
Oh yes, and you got taken.
Best headline ever.
Oh, we've got someone.
The ideal way to counter that.
No. First of all, we have Clara is
Oh,
clearly superior to
no.
Amy.
Oscar Adventurer.
Are you still watching?
Yeah, we're still doing it now, guys.
Oh, we got somebody else.
Watch it.
No, I'm watching.
Oh, guys, shut the
Ah, now they're doing the echoey thing.
Yeah.
Saw a face for a moment.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
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 How are you doing?
I'm alright. Right?
No, we have two of them.
Oh, we have Merlin.
Hey, there we go.
Hello, Merlin.
Let's do that. No.
Hello.
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 We're going to spend half an hour just sitting here going hello.
Hard sell. Part of an ear, maybe. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, it's gone echoey again.
Somebody needs to put in earphones.
Oh, yeah, but
I think. Have you? I think Will and Gareth might have two competing devices going on here. Yeah.
oh, wait. Let's get something. I got his hands.
Ooh.
You're cracking again, Scott.
Just switch it off. Is that okay? I don't know. I'll fix it.
That's a new one. There you go.
Yeah, that sounds better. That sounds better.
That was because I had the iPod fixed on, sorry. My bad.
Steve's
Turn
fangled
off
new
the radio when you're on the
technological
phone,
things.
I don't know, but this thing keeps showing me Andy's face.
Andy's face.
Yeah, he just keeps popping up with a tempting look on his face every now
I
and
have a nasty habit of that.
then. He keeps moving himself.
What is going on here?
I was going to borrow Jane's sort of cuddly moving toy, plonk him in front of the camera, and I was going to be speaking off camera. So.
Oh,
Okay, does that work? Right.
that is an awesome Batman T-shirt.
Oh,
you.
God, yes. Yeah. Approve of that one.
Nope.
I'm not having it.
Oh, wouldn't let me have Batman belt buckle.
I didn't let you what?
Batman belt buckle.
That's not what I thought you said.
What is-
You're not allowed to be rude. We have.
I am never rude. I'm merely pertinent.
So, newcomers, do you have any news or anything, any recommendations to bring to us?
Oh, yes. 30-second recommendation. You still eating your chips?
I am. They're really cold now.
You can come down and nip them in the microwave if you like. Okay. Suggestion for a topic.
Yeah, well then.
Let me see. A guilty pleasure.
Oh,
A film or a TV show that you know is bad, but you still like it despite all the odds.
Like EastEnders.
Like EastEnders, yes. Where's that happened to Scott? Has Scott fallen off? Have you fallen off your stool, Scott? Do we need to get the ambulance round there?
It's going to keep falling over occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
DVD show for inspiration, and I realised all of the lot are not actually there.
Oh well. Anyway.
I want to hear Will. I want to hear his guilty pleasure.
Yes.
that's not mine.
Will.
I have nothing to do with it. This is yours. I've got loads. That's also true.
Give us a film you know that is bad, but you still love it, and justify the reason why you love it.
And it is bad.
It's not bad.
It is bad.
A film I absolutely adore, and it drives Will crazy, is Hawkless Leia.
I was going to say that. I'll have to think of something else now.
I'm with Will on this one.
It's not bad.
Thank you.
It's brilliant.
It's awful.
No,
There's silly string in it.
there is silly string in it,
Yes.
but it's clever and it's inventive and it's atmospheric and it's got a great disco folky score.
Yeah, in a fantasy film.
Yeah,
That was a storm of ping pong balls. That was.
Thank you.
and it's got Henry Gordon Jago in it.
Yes.
One of the few redeeming features.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Commander Lytton
Again, I refer to my previous comments.
and Roy Kinnear and everybody else you've ever seen in a British film.
Mm-hmm.
Genius.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
but,
they all rated very highly.
The only part that sticks out in my mind about Hawk the Slayer is the elf. He wants to go back to the Black Mountains all the time.
Crow.
If I remember rightly, he played him like a Vulcan, completely unemotional and illogical.
Right. Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we're speaking about 90% of the cast there.
yeah, I'll give you that.
Great repeating bow skills, though.
Oh, yes. Yes. Or the same piece of film being looped over and over again, yes.
Absolutely. It's not bad, it's great.
Yeah, I must admit, I mean, it's a guilty pleasure. I mean, as I say, I mean, there are other 1980s sort of very bad sword and sorcery films that do, that are worthy of mention. As I say, I mean, there's Lady Hawk, for example.
Lady Hawk is brilliant! How dare you badmouth Lady Hawk?
Fight.
Keith, you're gradually slipping out of shot. All we can see is the top of your head.
I'm getting comfortable.
No, it's sort of sliding down on the settee. I mean, sort of...
Getting comfortable. I throw the red cube of death at you. Got blue, green.
I've got a Moomin book and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, dear. Any more guilty pleasures?
Any more? Scotty, I don't think we ever did your one.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can use.
Yeah, my guilty pleasure is a film called Kung Pao. Anyone watched it?
Isn't that about chickens?
Joined together.
Scott.
And then dubbed over the top.
Oh.
What you get is none of the voices matching up with the mouth movements, but you also get people randomly changing their clothes in the middle of a scene.
Okay.
There is a
Then the 50 Shades of Grey.
Haven't seen that one yet.
It's terrible, but in a good way.
Yeah, you enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. I might get you to it, maybe.
I think.
I'm done. What's yours?
Well, for my one, I think it's still Van Helsing to a large extent. It's a very bad, very over-the-top, pointless CGI movie with a saccharine ending, but I still love it.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching that the other night, and as you say, the ending is rather twee, but
yes.
Yeah. I remember going to see it at the cinema with a few people from Suzuki, and I mean, okay, there were scenes that were rather cringeworthy, but all in all, I mean, I found it a very entertaining film.
I think I saw that one when it was televised on Channel 4 or whatever. So I went into it knowing it was bad and found it quite good.
Hence the guilty pleasure part. Now.
Yes.
Another
This is Merlin!
Hello, Merlin!
Hello, Merlin!
Back again.
He pops in and out.
Yeah.
Well, he is walking the roads, isn't he?
He's on YouTube for some reason.
That's code.
See.
Now let's fish for compliments here. Now we've got a sort of vaguely captive audience. What do you two like about Staggering Stories?
Oh, that's a
Please
loaded
be
question.
nice. We've all had really hard days.
I did finish the last podcast today, actually, when I was at school, and I listened to your Aliens review, and I really agreed with it, because the first two films are really good. I haven't seen them.
Yes. Yeah.
But I really love the first two films. And
Yeah.
I wrote the
They
first
sort
one
of
at
lost
night.
their way after that.
Yeah, I haven't seen those yet, but they'd have to do a lot to be as good as those first two films. I'll be
Second
honest.
one's the best.
Second one is the best, but I still love the first one.
Oh,
I can't
as we've said before, the second one I think is a completely different animal. First one is your haunted house tale, which is good. Second one is an action flick, which
Yeah.
is completely different.
The first
Yeah.
one I think works on atmosphere more than action.
Yeah.
I think the second one's quite atmospheric, considering.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot more action in
Yeah.
the second one than the first one.
Yeah.
The first one.
I have to agree with that. Yay! Hello, Elizabeth! Hello!
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello.
Seem to have lost Scott here, haven't we, somehow?
Scott's done a runner.
Yeah.
Check down the back of the settee.
Are we about to find out that we can only have 6 people on at the same time?
It would be 10, but...
So,
How are you? All quiet.
Have you got any sound? How's Dave?
She speaks very quietly.
yeah. More silently, you might say.
Anyone know sign language? Keith, what are you doing?
Sign language.
That wasn't sign language.
Oh,
That was an impression of a moose.
no, my impression of a moose is. Oh,
What was that?
my impression of a moose. You asked for an impression of a moose. I gave you one.
That's an impression of a moose.
Oh, that-
Oh, Adam, do your elephant impression.
no, no.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
what happened there?
We've lost Adam. Yeah.
I'm back. I'm
Oh,
back.
there he is.
Oh, he's back.
Shame, shame.
Button. I'll try and mute it as I typed. Hold on.
Rather than just being very, very silly, we need to actually talk about something. So,
Right, shall we carry on with our guilty pleasures?
Well, we have the guilty pleasures.
Adam, what's your guilty pleasure? Please
Adam's
keep it.
muted himself.
He's muted himself.
Sorry, I'm trying to invite people around.
Guilty pleasure.
Amy
What I've
Bond.
not done before. I've spoken about Stark Ops support TV.
I don't think he feels guilty about that.
Transformers, the 1986 one,
Transformers.
the cartoon
You
film.
need to feel very guilty about Transformers.
Yeah, it's a
I've
classic.
never actually seen the 1986 version.
Yeah, I've got it on DVD. You can borrow it. And Blu-ray. The DVD's actually
No, it's quite alright.
The Blu-ray's got the
Which
American
version are you on about
Guinean
that?
ending,
That's
whereas
too
the DVD's got the European one. I don't know why.
The 86 version is the animated
It's
one.
a great voice cast. Orson Welles' final role. Last thing he ever did before he died.
So it was his last role,
Oh, stop
wasn't
reading.
it?
And a little bit.
Leonard Nimoy, also dead. Who else is dead?
Is this film cursed?
The Superman curse on Transformers, eh?
Well,
The curse
I
of
would just like to
Transformers.
say, because as I'm among friends, I thoroughly enjoyed the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Oh dear, I want a divorce.
Stop.
I think it's because I had to take Andrew to see it like 5 times.
5 times? Great.
And the plot was actually quite riveting.
Well, for a children's film.
It wasn't but too bad CGI, if I remember rightly, for the first one.
It was quite good.
Oh, welcome
Oh,
back.
it's Scott's back!
Hey.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there, but I got a text and it cut the phone off.
Ah.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, Tim Drury says he's trying to get in here, but apparently it's exclusive, so he's stuck outside.
He's knocked on the door.
Yeah, he's an Apple user, is he? Yeah, he's his best account and everything.
So in vengeance, he cut me off.
Oh dear. Any more guilty pleasures?
Well, I think my guilty pleasures are well documented on the podcast anyway.
Yeah, but
I'm glad of it.
that might have changed or might have been added to.
Just to add to the list, I mean, I've recently rediscovered the classic series of The Outer Limits on YouTube. And I'm gradually working my way through those. I mean, I haven't seen them, well, since the early 80s when they were originally broadcast on the BBC. And that's the same. I mean, I mean, I was quite impressed by some of the, let's say, some of the actors who sort of initially sort of got their career sort of kick-started. You know, I mean, let's say, sort of, dare I mention William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy.
Ed.
Who else? Robert.
Yeah.
Who else? Martin Landau, of all people.
Ed.
Is he dead?
No,
I
just
think he's still with us.
He's still very much alive.
He's still
Not sure
with
about
us.
very much.
A lot of my guilty pleasures are cartoons from the 80s, so I rewatched those. So I've got
G-Force.
What?
G-Force.
G-Force, yeah.
Seven's Arc 7.
Yes.
Got Thundercats.
You can get a pill for that.
Wrong.
And on Will's recommendation, I watched the new Thundercats as well, which was actually quite expensive, and I enjoyed that too.
It's very.
But did it have the same funky theme?
Oh, Scott, what I remember, the last time I was up at the Forbidden Planets, I was in the graphic novel section, and I actually found a copy of that comic book, was it Bone?
Oh, how much was it?
I didn't see the price, but I mean, I saw what you meant about it. I mean, the actual volume's about sort of 1.5 inches thick. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
I think it was about 1,400 pages.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I would have picked it up off the shelf, but I mean, it was shrink wrapped. It was shrink wrapped, so unfortunately, I couldn't really sort of have a look without sort of tearing the thing open.
They don't like you doing that. Andy, I think we can include Moomins as a guilty pleasure.
Lumens is cruel and unusual torture. Oh, another person.
Oh, Sandro!
Hello.
Hello, Sandro!
Hi there!
Oh!
Be up at God awful.
Hey.
Oh, you can hear it as well.
See, now those are earphones.
Yeah. Terrible quality, but that'll look good. It's good.
What time is it, Sandro?
It's 5 in the morning.
We're touched.
Above and
It's,
beyond the
good.
core of stupidity.
Fair. Yeah, definitely.
You've got a cat.
I've got a cat.
Oh, I'm missing my cat.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, Sandro, the subject at the moment is guilty pleasures, i.e. films and TV. Do you have any guilty pleasures?
Ooh. Does iZombie count? Because I mean, that's not like.
Yes, that one. Yes.
No, we haven't
Yeah.
seen that one yet. From what I've seen of it, it looks good. So it's universally panned films that you hold a small light for.
Sharknado. I absolutely love Sharknado.
Yeah,
It's fun. Yeah.
I did see one of those on Sci-Fi once. It was pretty awful, but it was good at the same time. I can't remember what it's called.
They're showing Sharknado 2 on Netflix at the moment, and I'm very tempted.
Yeah. I think 3's out in a couple of days as well.
It was one about the deep freeze.
Yeah, I think it's one of the films that you've got to watch with a can of cider or a bottle of something.
That's right, crude alcoholism.
Yeah!
Okay, guys, serious question.
Oh,
What
God.
did everyone think of Jurassic World?
Well, I'll tell you what I thought about it.
Oh,
Because
You're pointing again.
he is! He's always pointing!
I was booked to go and see it last night with my friend from work who did a sickie and stood me up.
Oh!
So I don't really like the film, frankly.
But it's not the film's fault, is it?
Not yet, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The film was wonderful.
It was. I think it was good, but there were a few problems that I had with it.
Yep.
Mainly the ending.
Oh God, what the... No, I can't tell. Yeah, I know what you mean about the ending. It was a bit Disneyfied.
Yeah. And
Oh my god.
I don't buy the fact that people will get bored of seeing dinosaurs.
No, nor do I. You can never have too many dinosaurs.
No.
When you say Disneyed up, you don't mean like loads of fairies
No.
And it suddenly goes animated.
Suddenly breaks out in song, another Disney hit.
Well, the T-Rex is seen walking off into the distance singing "We're a family and you're one of us now."
That would have been pretty unfair.
That's the uncut version.
Oh, another person.
Oh, Merlin, you joined us.
He's back again.
Network has been collapsing.
Hello.
I'm not worried about Elizabeth. She hasn't said anything yet.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch.
Oh, sorry. Yes. I love you, dear. Truly and deeply.
Any chance that this is working now?
Yeah!
It's Liz!
I just have an excessive number of headphones in the house, and I wasn't sure which sets worked or not. Apparently not that one.
This one's yours.
So, guilty pleasure.
Ooh.
And it can't be Dave.
Well, no guilt whatsoever. I'm a big fan of Galaxy Quest. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
I love that.
You're be guilty about that.
That's not a bad film, so I don't think that counts. I love that.
No, Guilty Pleasure, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You will like Galaxy Quest.
Let's see.
It's a bad film.
You wouldn't want us to share on Facebook.
Something that's got to be cringe-inducing.
The moving film.
I heard that.
Oh, let's see. It's kind of a hard one. I really kind of like pretty much all musicals, even the terrible ones. So I made Dave watch Newsies, which the critics hated.
What's bad?
But it's and then we kind of made them all review it on the podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to really annoy him, make him watch Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
This is an excellent suggestion.
It is. It's one of my favourite films ever.
I like that one. I like the whole dance sequence on the logs. And I did make him watch Annie the other day.
Oh, come on. What's the matter?
Poor man.
Which
And Elizabeth has found the level.
But then I did take him to see Jaws on Sunday in the theater.
Yes.
So
Jaws.
Jaws. Yeah, they were showing it with special commentary before and after, and a nice cleaned up print in the theater. So for its 40th anniversary.
Oh, 40 years, crikey.
I really want to go sit in our local water park. They're doing that and turning the water red. And it's gonna,
Now I've finally managed to get in. That's assuming I have managed to get in.
What's it?
Yes. We can see you, Tim.
Good. Are we still talking guilty pleasures?
We are.
Can I say two words that will probably make the whole world cringe?
Come on,
then.
Crime Traveller.
Oh,
bad.
I never heard of that.
Some of the worst acting ever committed to 8 PM on BBC One on a Saturday, but still oddly watchable.
I liked Terrorhawks.
You would.
I feel like I'm coming out
I
again.
finally heard a bit of the Big Finish Terrorhawks this week, and my first thought was, that doesn't sound anything like Zelda.
Same woman though, isn't it?
That's not really one of
Yeah,
planned on.
they got her back.
Mind you, I mean, how long ago was Terrorhawks made? Was it early 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
384?
Yeah. 30 odd years
Keith,
ago.
you're kicking again.
I know. It fell back.
Some of the people in this room were barely born.
Thank you.
Didn't know they were born.
Mind you, speaking of Jerry Anderson, I mean, I'm still very much hooked on the new Thunderbirds adventures.
Oh, I'm a couple of episodes behind, but I am enjoying them. And that from me, who doesn't enjoy the original Thunderbirds. And whenever I sit and watch the original Thunderbirds, I go, "Oh, this is so slow. Why is it an hour long?"
Good grief! Yeah, I mean, that is one thing I found. I mean, the new series is a lot more. The pace is a lot. It's a lot quicker. I mean, it makes the original series seem positively sedate. It really does.
Well, it says a lot that most of the other Jerry Anderson shows are half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it's as if they learnt from Thunderbirds and went, "We know what this needs: more bangs, crashes, and zaps."
I'm glad you said that, because I thought that was always taboo to admit that you really didn't like Thunderbirds.
I prefer Captain Scarlet myself.
I'll freely admit it. I just am not normally in the right company to admit it most of the time.
Dean was here, she'd beat you up.
It's just that we can't reach him because he's all the way up in Oxford.
Cambridge.
Cambridge. It's one of those fantastic
Shardland.
That's the trouble. I haven't got you to edit me down.
Yes, I've bought another one.
Yeah, here. Add to the collection.
And this one has edible contents.
Oh.
This was... Where did I find this one? Oh, this was at... this was at Herne Bay.
Oh, yes.
And it's full of DW-shaped mints.
Oh, Dave got me something like that.
Hmm?
I had the little tin on my desk, and I
I'm
left.
not sure how well they show up, but you can sort of see the shape
Yeah.
of them.
Oh, yeah.
They I left, and the substitute was in charge in the
strong.
opening of my mint.
Herne Bay, not a bad event. Absolute total nightmare of a place to get home from, though. I was stuck at Herne Bay Station.
Is Tim cutting out?
I was stuck at Herne Bay Station for nearly 2 hours.
Tim sounded like an Ultravox track then.
Oh.
It sounds like the beginning. Is it me?
Oh, Vienna.
Hello, Mother, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, I was stuck at Herne Bay Station for nearly 2 hours. That was the bad news. The good news was Virginia Hay was there as well.
Was she stuck?
She was stuck waiting for a train to Victoria, London. I was stuck waiting for a train to St Pancras, London. They'd cancelled the one I was trying to get at 7:15.
Okay.
And I was stuck waiting for one at 8:15.
Was there an awkward moment when she realised you were from the convention?
No, pretty much everybody on the platform was from the convention. She was quite happy with that.
Oh,
and
excellent.
we chatted about things other than sci-fi, and we got on to like politics and funding of the health service and weird stuff like that.
Okay.
And so we went from the fact that Herne Bay Station was half shut at that time of night, like the waiting room was shut, even the toilets were shut.
Oh dear.
Which I was much miffed about, and she got onto the subject of the fact that she thought that people who present themselves at a hospital heavily drunk or suffering the consequences of illegal drugs should have to pay for their treatment. And I looked at her and I said, "That's a very radical idea. That would never get through in this country." And she said, "I don't think that's radical at all." I went away from the whole experience entirely flummoxed as to oh, he's back.
We're back.
Entirely flummoxed as to this woman is not remotely what I thought she was like, because I always thought she was this kind of like slightly airy fairy hippie.
I thought you said hairy.
She is that too. She does still have the long blonde hair.
Okay, that's exactly what I meant.
Good cover.
You know, while everyone's here, I think we need to say hello to someone sitting behind Adam.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Hello, Amy Pond.
Hello. No, hello, Adam Burswick.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Adam Burswick.
As it's Adam, we should say hello, wall of CDs.
It's disconcerting when you see yourself in them.
And this is special.
talking of heads of Pertwee, did anybody buy that head of Colin Baker? Because I'm so tempted.
Somebody did.
I'm waiting
Give
for
it to
Adam
Colin
to
Baker.
The real Colin Baker.
Did someone say they'd bought it?
No. Somebody
No.
did, but I don't know who.
Shame.
You
How
sure
much
it
was
wasn't you, Adam?
Not me, definitely not me.
It would
That's what
have had
happened
to have
last
remained
time.
unsold till
Turned
tomorrow.
up
and
with
I'd
it
have-
at our place.
I'd have bought it and kept it relatively quiet till Hooverville, and then just walked in the room with it.
It's been secretly bought by Michael Graves.
So I want the head of Tom Baker to show up because I know there is one.
He's not dead yet.
It's a bit used, isn't it? Everyone wants Tom
The
Baker.
Colin Baker one was listed as used, which is slightly worrying. What for?
Not when I'm
Who wants
drinking.
those?
Bit of carrot juice.
Somebody who wanted to get ahead.
Your joke just reached America.
Wonderful things, these satellite delays.
Yes. We're a little slow. What do you want?
Has everyone said the guilty pleasures now? Everyone, somebody else.
I don't know.
So any recommendations? Any?
You.
Where's Tim flashing?
I don't know.
Oh,
Flashing.
okay.
Some silly.
Power cut.
No, I thought if I changed the lighting, will it stop me flashing? And for some reason, it did. You know,
Something had to do it.
groovy atmospheric lit only by a screen lighting.
Both are done now. What's going on?
Where's done?
Anyway, any 30-second recommendations for anybody?
Everyone has to watch Rick and Morty so I can talk about it. And then they can tell me what they think of it.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. It's a 20-minute cartoon, basically a rip-off of Back to the Future. It's got a few adult themes in it though, but it's very, very funny. And it's written by Dan Harmon, so Community, comic. But yeah, you all have to watch it because I want to hear what you think about it. And no one I know watches it.
Well, my current thing I want to get evangelical about is Channel 4's Humans.
Okay.
Oh, that's very good.
Which is
Yeah,
We have to
very
review
good.
that at some point.
Very good.
Have not seen that yet.
It's essentially set now, only on an alternative version of now, but a reality where everybody can own their own humanoid-shaped robot. And and some of them are rebelling, and some of them have been hacked, and apparently, and I only found this out today, it's actually based on a Swedish show.
Yeah.
And in Sweden they called it Real Humans.
Real Humans, yeah.
But there's
The original's very good as well. It's
There's
really
a
worth
few
watching.
clips on YouTube of the original. And the original's slightly different. The original, they've kind of gone a bit further in making it look futuristic. And also the sort of droids look noticeably more artificial, whereas ours, you can tell they're droids from little things like they've all got the same kind of eyes, the sort of blue contact lens eyes, and the way they move and act, or even not move at times, because they'll just sort of sit there very still. But I'm about an episode behind in watching this. I think the third one aired this week. The second one had a quite fun scene in it where the family that have got this droid, they've got a teenage son, and he went downstairs late at night to where this thing was just sat on charge, and it's female. And being a teenager, he tries it on with it. starts reaching for her boob, and she suddenly interrupts him and says, I will have to report you to your parents as primary users for inappropriate touching. And he gets some kind of, oh!
I mean, I can't say I've seen Humans yet, but from what I've read in the reviews, I mean, it draws very heavily from Blade Runner. As I say, so there's a fifth column of these androids who escaped from their owners, or they're not in service or something like that. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, there's kind of two main plot lines in it. There's the people that own them, and one of the other characters of people who own them is played by William Hurt, and he's this ill man stuck at home, and he had his own droid at first, but the NHS, who've invested heavily in these, have brought a replacement round, and so he's sort of hidden his in the shed down the garden so it doesn't get taken away, and they've brought this other one in who's she's all kind of like very stiff, very formal, very sticking to his treatment program, and he turns to her this week and says, "You're not a carer, you're a jailer." And it's very true, because if he does anything that's out of line with what she's been told he's meant to be doing, she's all over him like a rash.
Nanny state, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me that sounds very reminiscent of an episode of the most recent series of The Outer Limits, where there's paraplegic. I think he's a scientist. He gets assigned to a robotic helper. And as I say, I mean, it all starts off very well to begin with, but I mean, she becomes more controlling, more possessive. And when he finds himself a proper girlfriend, I mean, she becomes sort of literally a robotic version of the bunny boiler.
Oh, well, they did touch upon stuff like that as well, because there was one scene this week where it was set in a brothel full of these things, but one of them rebels, and a client comes in and at first starts kind of being all kind of like shy and says, "Well, we could just talk," and they like sit down and talk for a while, and eventually she kind of like cracks and has him by his neck up against a wall, and then you suddenly hear this crack of bone, and he drops down, and she just walks out of the brothel past the madam and everybody else. But yeah, there's these two plot lines going on in it, where, as I say, some of them are owned, and there's this whole other group of about 3 or 4 of them that are on the run with a character played by the guy that played Merlin.
And the guy in the brothel I noticed was Stephen Patey from Blake 7.
Oh, I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah, he's looking a bit older, but it was, definitely him.
So am I right in saying, I mean, all the androids in this series, I mean, they have their own distinct personalities. I mean, they're not just sort of mindless drones.
Oh, yeah, they are. They are all sort of different. But equally, in the way that they communicate, you can instantly tell that that's an android and not just an ordinary person.
And it's nicely underplayed too. It's not sort of too in your face and sort of too sort of jerky robot sort of stuff.
Oh, I was reading up about the Swedish version earlier, and the Swedish version's made it to a second series, and both series over there have had 10 episodes, whereas our, optimistically I'll say, first series has got 8 episodes. So I'm not quite sure what we've lost to have 8 episodes rather than 10.
So has anybody else got any 30-second recommendations they'd like to share with us?
Well, I went on Monday to see Inside Out, which is the new Disney Pixar film, which I figured, would be a fun, cutesy little Disney Pixar film. The reviews looked very funny. It's a beautifully done film, as Pixar always is. But it's actually, they worked with a psychologist, and it's basically a very entertaining, fun, but in-depth exploration of what happens as a kid enters adolescence and giving up and changing all those things that you adored in childhood and sort of moving into when life becomes more complicated, when it's not just happy or just sad, but that there's those mixtures of emotions that create memories. And it's fascinating and also really, really well written and funny, and just, it was very enjoyable. And there's the short before it, which actually has you caring emotionally about volcanoes. But I would highly recommend it. It's really worth a watch. And it's one that I think will have you thinking about, oh yeah, I used to have an imaginary friend. Oh yeah, I used to do that. So yeah, we went to see it for our anniversary, actually. But it was very, very good. So I don't know if it's made it over there yet, or if it's coming soon, or if you guys got it first.
It's out next month, by the looks of things. IMDb says release date 24th of July.
Okay, well worth a look then.
Ah.
Has the SpongeBob SquarePants movie been out yet?
I think so.
I think it's been and gone, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been and gone. I missed that.
I remember seeing the adverts, never got to see the film. But I will be watching it when it comes out.
I always have a problem going to cinema. I normally go on my own, which is fine, but when you go into a kids' film on your own, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
We'll accompany you for that one. Except Moon. We'll accompany you for that one, but not Moomins again. I'm not a Moomins fan.
Yes, by way of retribution, each one of you is going to get a Moomin's Christmas or birthday card for the next year.
Oh, lovely.
Where's Karen and Nita?
Yeah, we're all done, by the way.
They're having Wi-Fi problems, I think.
Can't see Adam either. Oh.
Oh.
I haven't seen anything. I can just see pictures.
All right, Adam, as our host, what would you suggest we move on to now then?
Oh, I don't know. Well, the anniversary for us, we've just had the anniversary of the end of Eccleston. And the Eccleston few months have gone. So, any
What was
thoughts
that we can't
on
hear or see Adam?
his time as a doctor? Those few weeks. How do people look back 10 years later on his run?
Well, I've just rewatched the entire season, as it happens, after a long break of about sort of 5 years, and I was surprised how good some of the episodes I didn't like the first time round were. So the long game didn't seem that bad, and now that I've been to Cardiff, I really like Boomtown.
Because you know, because you've been on video there running.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was surprised how much I missed Christopher Eccleston. I feel sort of ripped off now that we haven't got a second season, and it doesn't look like he'll come back for anything.
I rewatched all of them and tried to do commentaries for my podcast of greater and lesser degrees of quality, and I enjoy him at times and not enjoy him at other times, and I'm stuck as to say whether it's his fault or whether it's issues that I've always had with the way that first season was written, because I was never a particularly big fan of the Doctor being this character who'd just suffered from a war, and this being the overriding thing that sat on his shoulders and affected his view on life. And people always probably hate me whenever I say this. I was glad to see him go because the next fella was a lot happier.
I think the second season of Eccleston would have been happier. I think he would have.
Yeah, this is the problem. Maybe if we all cross our fingers and pray to the great God RTD and the great God Christopher Eccleston, one day he'll say yes to an offer from Big Finish. Because I can. He might be the second Colin Baker in a Doctor who's sort of redeemed for some people through actually having more output. and someone else having a different take on what you can do with that character.
Arguably, he had more output than Colin did. In terms of stories, anyway.
The Eccleston comics that have come out from Titan are really cool as well. I think it's like a 5-issue run, and they're definitely worth it. I think that's set during the Time War as well. I think it's very vague about when it's set, but it's quite good.
Is this the range where they're going to go through all 4 Doctors?
Yes and no. So they have ongoing seasons for 10th and 11th and 12th as well now. And then there's like a short series for the 4th before they all cross over in a big 4-Doctor storyline eventually, I think. Hopefully.
15 issues long.
Oh, that'll be good.
Graphic novel coming up.
Mind you, I suppose the major question for the next season of Who is, I mean, how long will Clara stay with us?
Probably too long.
Oh,
I
like her.
I
really liked
her
her
ending on the Christmas episode.
Yeah, I really liked her at the beginning, and the more I see of her, the more I'm kind of.
Yeah, it's a bit too much of her now.
And they're writing her kind of differently than I imagine her, and there's. I like my Doctor Who fun. So when it got all heavy and depressing, and she's lying to the Doctor, and the Doctor's lying to her, and they're both being depressed together, that's not fun.
Were you glad
when they're off
out at Christmas?
I'm sorry?
Were you glad that they sorted it out straight away in the very next episode at Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas was better. If we had more of just... But then Christmas was very ambiguous of how much was a dream and how much wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that we have a lighter Doctor coming up. I liked Eccleston because he moved from that darkness. It sort of forgave himself. You know, we sort of get to everybody lives Rose, and that sort of marks a turning point for him, I think. Yeah. And we've sort of been moving lighter, and then now they've gone very dark, and I don't love that. So I hope that they're moving back to having fun again.
Yeah, it can't get much darker than Darkwater.
Yeah.
Hope.
Hey, let's kill off all these characters you like.
Don't think I'll ever forgive Moffat for turning the Brig into a Cyberman. Oh, hello, it's Dave Hingley.
Hiya! How's it going, guys? You hear me alright?
Oh yeah, just want to see you. There you are. Yeah, hi there.
It's that man I only ever seem to meet in airport queues.
Sorry, yeah. I've been listening to you guys talking about. Oh, actually, I'll show the video first. Yeah, sorry. There we go. That's good, I think. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I've been listening to what you guys were saying about Eccleston and stuff, and it's strange going back and listening to going back and watching Smith and obviously Capaldi's first season. I started to really praise more Eccleston's one and only season, and there's more. I think there's more hits and misses in that season. I mean, at the time I was watching it, and it was with sadness because you knew he was going to be out at the end of the season. You know, that first episode came around, everyone was really excited, and then like literally the next day, the BBC press release came out that Eccleston was leaving. So that was a big downer.
I think I'm one of the few that was surprised by that because I wasn't really into fandom at the time. I was just excited that the show was back. And so I didn't know he was leaving. So the regeneration actually came as a surprise to me.
I remember how I found out. Christopher Eccleston turned up at the end of Mastermind, a quiz show, and the host said, "Oh, are you looking forward to season 2?" And Eccleston just went, "Yeah, oh well, maybe." At this moment, my partner never let me forget it because he's like, "Oh, he's leaving, he's not staying," and he went.
I think the way I found out was when Keith and Karen were talking about I forget what TV show it was, but there was an interview with Chris Eccleston, and they were showing him some of the posable model figures that were made of him. It's when he saw it, and he thought, "Oh," and this is what we got for the next season. It was just a look of horror that crossed his face. It was an open secret. Yeah, so I mean that was how I found out about his departure from the series.
Anyone else got an Eccleston departure story? No. But yeah, rewatching it, definitely wanted more, and I realised I'm still torn with the Slovene because I really, really love Aliens of London and all the ship crashing near the Thames, and I absolutely hate World War III. So I can't really watch them both now. It's sort of what's coming. It's like watching the season. It's a 13-episode countdown to, "Oh, I'm going now." And it's like watching Firefly, and it's like, "No, I know that episode 6 is coming up, and it's going to be bad, and it's going to be rubber monsters." And there was a lot riding on the series at that point. And I was like, "No, this is not what you do. Everyone's going to hate it."
Yeah, I rather enjoyed the Slovene.
That's right. Show me up, Tim.
It's my job in fandom sometimes to just be the opposite of everyone else's opinion.
I think the Slovene was serviced better in the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yeah, I've just rewatched that. They're much better.
Well, I
They
think
set
the
an
trouble
arc
with
around
them is at times they didn't know how to write them because they could be quite dark.
Yeah.
And then when they wrote them at first, they were, "Oh yeah, these are these comedy people," but they're like comedy and dark within the same story.
Yeah.
The problem with Slovene, though, was they were like, "Hey, let's get these really unpopular aliens and make them the main arc of the season. That's a good idea, isn't it?" And no. What were you thinking? But it was handled better, but still.
Yeah.
Arc.
In Sarah Jane, there's a little child Slovene, and that is really creepy. That's even creepier than the adult Slovene.
As in the acting is creepy or the writing's creepy? Because I think they were both
The fact that
pretty
it's on telly, a child Slovene, and he's really, really violent, and all it wants to do is fight.
Yeah.
I think what really killed it for me with the Slovene was not so much the breaking wind. It was just a scene in the lift where one of them turns around to the other one and says, "Your body is magnificent.
Victory should be naked."
That's it.
Yeah.
The first couple of farts I was okay with, but then they get really, really loud and comical, and they don't.
I'm shaking my bootay.
I like that line. As I say, they're probably at their best if they're written for laughs, and there wasn't enough of that at times.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the first season is an attempt to sort of try different genres, see what works, see what stuff,
Yeah,
So you
definitely.
I think the thing with Eccleston's first season is they didn't know they were going to get a series 2, so they threw everything at it.
Yeah, and see what sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that also gave them the freedom to do, silly Slovene jokes, and then Dalek, which is pretty much unremittingly grim.
Yeah.
Brilliant, but grim. And proper scary. I think that gave them the opportunity to do a whole slew of different kinds of stories before figuring out what kind of thing are we actually doing here.
I remembered the fun of trying to work out what Bad Wolf was the first time round.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember it got to the day before transmission. I think it was The Sun posted everything about Bad Wolf from the coming episode. So it was ruined right at the last hurdle. Exactly what it was going to be.
I remember being so mystified by the whole thing that I got to a point of...
Don't pause for suspense. What did you do?
Died. That's what he did.
He actually went quiet.
Oh.
That's what he did. Amazing.
I think we've lost Tim.
Yay! I hope that wasn't important. Might be a murder. He might have gone and killed someone.
It's a freak wormhole.
Farted himself to death.
Oh, you've gone pink, Scott.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. It's my ball.
Ball again. Show us your ball. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
I could leave it down there. There you are. I didn't know what to do with it. It was just a Christmas present.
Ah, it's the best type.
Yeah, it's going to be here during the recording and then winding up my cat, hopefully.
Nothing wrong with cat winding.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
I must get a new laser pen.
We've all gone. Whereabouts are we on the discussion? Because we dropped out for a little while.
Lie to them.
We were talking about Eccleston, what we thought about his few weeks.
Ah!
It's like a little holiday for the wilderness
Yeah.
here.
I wasn't sure at the time. I couldn't
Are we on the right channel?
I think I am.
No, when you were watching the show.
Oh no! I was on the right channel, but I wasn't 100% sure with Eccleston's portrayal at the time. In retrospect, I can see where it was going, but at the time, I wasn't 100% happy with it.
Too manic, too dark.
Too manic, too much mugging to camera.
It wasn't
False happiness, false bravado. I can understand the reason why now with the Time War all thrown in, but at the time it just seemed too pretending to be happy, too manic.
Well, that was fun. Anyway, my laptop decided to reset itself.
Oh, that's fun.
So you now have a wonderfully ugly camera angle because I'm on my iPad.
I've got any camera angle, I can't see it. Let's have a look. Where's this ugly angle? Oh, self-flattering, Tim.
With double, triple chins because I'm lying down.
Well, taking it easy.
Taking it easy, yes. So no, before the laptop died on me,
Yeah.
I was saying that I think it got to a point where I don't think I actually cared what Bad Wolf was. Just hurry up and tell. Bad Wolf was. Just hurry up and tell us.
I think, personally, the Bad Wolf is one that really worked for me. When they did it in the next season, Torchwood, it seemed too forced.
But it started leading to something, whereas Bad Wolf didn't really. Didn't need any of that Bad Wolf stuff to prompt Rose to save the Doctor.
Yeah, but
it wasn't required.
The way it was come across was more natural to my mind. I.e., it was just inserted casually, whereas
that's torture for you.
It's hammered home.
Oh dear.
Make up your own innuendo joke now.
Yeah.
We don't need to.
Well, this is El Presidente we're talking about here.
Well, they tried a similar thing with Donna and There's Something on Your Back, which sort of wove throughout the entire season.
There was 2 or 3 with Donna, wasn't there? Something on Your Back, They Are Returning, and a few other bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one that's worked best for me was the Amy one with Madame Kevorkian or whatever her name is, and the fact that she'd just pop up randomly in the odd episode here and there, and we didn't know who she was or what she was doing, but there was just about enough of her around to pique your interest. And so when it did kind of like all hit the fan in the season finale, you go, oh, that's what it's been bubbling towards.
I think that's more Moffatism, as in who, what, where, what's happening. Oh, but I forgot that thread plotline. Let's just forget about that. Oh Christ, my leading man is leaving. I've got to wrap it up now.
I get the feeling Keith doesn't like Stephen Moffat's writing.
I enjoyed Series 6.
I am not a fan.
Lucky Jean's not here. She'd be really
Yes.
funny
Yeah,
enough.
Jean is much more eloquent than I am.
Try Skyping her. We can get her on at work, can't we?
In the middle of a council meeting, I
She
do.
would so appreciate a little something from us.
I'm sure it'd be a welcome interruption.
She could be our guest, Slitheen, join the call from the ladies' toilet.
Complete with sound effects.
Yeah.
Karen's trying to join.
Oh, you're back.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
I couldn't get back in. There were too many people.
Oh,
That's the sound of popularity, that is.
There are loads of people outside, Karen, waiting to get in.
There were hundreds of us. I had to fight them all off.
Which pitch
Bounce
shorts,
through
I'm
the
sure.
door. Should have said something. Hang on.
Keith speak. Uh-oh, he's got an idea. Run in for them. I see fish.
I see fish.
I see fish, people.
Is Keith just going to take his computer to where Karen is now, anyway?
Is he just doing some housework? Has he forgotten my hair?
Suddenly hoovering.
Does that happen very often?
Is your Keith remote control, Karen?
Come on, sorry.
Is your Keith remote control? No, Keith, she's on the toilet.
Now he's
Stay
bringing
tuned,
up.
folks. We're getting an exclusive tour of their
Or
residence.
the Dunn residence.
Very dark there.
You're showing everyone our house. Oh, jeez.
You see, some of the people
You
watching
turn that one off.
maybe in the property market and wish to make an offer. See, this does kind of prompt the question: why did they not just come from the same room to start off with?
Because we were getting feedback last time.
Ah, technology. That's me at about 8:10 this evening, going. Ah.
I just dropped my tablet on the floor. Found it. Oh, here.
Hello.
Tim's looking
Heads are
very
better than
relaxed.
He's on his
Yeah,
iPad.
because I'm on the iPad because my laptop basically decided to reset itself.
Okay. Who's that?
That's how much it didn't.
I don't know. So you're still on it. You haven't turned yourself off.
Oh, just.
Is there a little switch around the back somewhere?
It's just here.
Now you see, with humans, it's underneath the chin.
I've gone now.
You've gone, yeah.
Andy always looks startled.
He does. Suddenly gone quiet. I think the topic of conversation was,
It looks like your heads are like puppets.
Oh, now you've lost the picture.
Oh no!
We were perfectly fine until you came upstairs.
No, you're okay now, you're okay.
We can still hear you.
Hang on, I'm going to try to turn the volume up.
See, I was fine until he interfered and came upstairs.
You are the light of my life, centre of my universe, my reason for being.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Who's got a laugh?
How's that?
That's better.
Ah,
First sign of affection, let's start fighting.
Hello.
Oh, hello!
Oh.
But Elizabeth doesn't have this problem.
Dave isn't in her pictures.
I bet
She's a sensible woman.
No, Dave.
She's a sensible woman.
Oh, okay.
Is Dave at work or something? What time is it there? It must be...
He is. He's working afternoons, so he works 3 to 11:30 now. So he sends his... Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Call center work, but, you know, full-time and benefits and all that, so you can't knock it too hard.
Yeah.
So, and I think he was only over here 2 weeks before I got a job, so that's not bad.
That's all right. Yeah.
I tried to sell him into prostitution, but
Or Dave.
both of you would have done.
Okay.
Oh. But he sends his happy birthday wishes for Staggering Stories.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Are we going to get cake?
No. We had chips.
Oh, yeah, we had chips, yes.
I heard you
He's not been in the same room.
the Eccleston half hour. You said you didn't like him.
Didn't like is a harsh word.
I heard the phrase hamming to camera.
He did mug to camera quite a bit.
But one of your favourite bits ever was when, in Rose, he was explaining what the TARDIS was. It's a police box. It's a disguise. Big grin,
But he
and
looked
you
so
loved
he
that.
looked so proud.
So
He wasn't mugging to camera. He was being proud.
that was the biggest grin in the world, and you loved it. So
Okay. I on the flip side of that, him dancing in End of the World to the jukebox, that was mugging to camera.
and so was Capaldi dad dancing before the TARDIS got run over by a train.
But the dad dancing was natural.
There's nothing natural about that. God,
Well, I'm not alone in enjoying it.
Love you.
I've seen you dance.
Watching the dancing.
Yeah,
was a
that was
flat
me
line.
dancing. Love you.
As I recall, when I saw that for the first time, I was basically shouting at the television because I was that sucked into the episode and going, "No, don't dance!" The TARDIS will get run over. Words to that effect.
Out of interest, who do you think's got the best moves? Is it Eccleston? Is it Smith? Or is it Capaldi?
Capaldi,
Yep.
definitely.
Yeah, Capaldi.
His
Yeah,
dad
he's
dancing
not-
is so bad, he gets run over.
It's no good.
Silly boy.
Oh, someone got
Violence.
slapped. Someone got slapped.
Uh-oh, what's going on now?
I don't know.
I don't know, he's run off again.
He's got to get his chips.
Does anyone want a slightly used bloke?
Oh.
I guess it's like far worse than...
I'm feeling this.
Slightly used. Are you saying he's slightly frayed at the edges?
Am I saying what?
Are you saying he's slightly frayed at the edges?
Frayed, well, he's falling to pieces.
I haven't got room for one at the moment, but my sister does boot sales regularly.
Oh, how much do you think you get for him?
Well, I don't know, love. It's going to take a bit of repair work.
£5?
Yeah, but we can get a fiver for it. If not,
Nice
payment
one.
taken.
I'll send him round. I don't know where he's gone.
Can you hear flushing?
No.
That's probably
Well,
good.
I can hear
It might
singing.
be thunder, though, because we've got a Dickens of a thunderstorm rolling in.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Let's listen to that.
So
It's our
what time is it
regularly
where you
regular.
are?
It's 4 o'clock here,
Ah,
so it's our afternoon summer thunderstorm.
But you get one a year.
No, we get practically one a day.
Oh.
Every time I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that back when I came over for the wedding, yes, every day.
Well,
They
yes.
shut down all the rides at the amusement parks.
he's come back.
Well, Well, and then when
Well,
we were
that was
looking for the,
fun.
well, we were looking
So-
for a restaurant or something, driving around in the pouring rain.
I've had a laptop reset itself, and now I've had an iPad reset itself. It really doesn't like this technology.
It's a
Well, it's not
fundamental
the most people in the world. This is true.
Oh. Keep having to remind myself not to sit on my left leg because that's the one with the really bad varicose vein in it.
Lovely. Use a post-it. Stick it to your knee.
I can hear you now.
Ah, Keith, you've rejoined us.
What are you doing?
Calm down, those two.
Look, just lie down and stop making a fuss. God in heaven.
Love you.
What do people think of us? Gee.
You're the comedy double act, that's what we think of you.
Scott's going to sell you for $5.
Why?
You weren't here, we sold you.
Who's buying?
That sounded like a robot. And
Yeah, something for a $5.
Yeah.
No, I just said I'll hang in there, see if I can get more than a £5.
Oh God, no! A $5's perfect.
Excellent. I think it's realistic.
So do I. You don't want to push the boat out too far.
No, they might suddenly lose interest.
I'm hurt.
There you go, you don't have to look at me now, you can look at Eccles' cake. Here he is.
Aww.
One of the oldest posters on my wall, circa 2005. It's basically falling to pieces.
Why is Adam mute?
Because we all wished really, really hard.
Okay.
I'm typing away, it's a bit clacky, you see.
Clacky.
Yeah.
Now I see.
That's Dave.
Oh, that's Dave.
That's Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Dave's got better hair than you.
Dave's got hair, period.
Scott's got better hair than you.
Again, my previous statement.
Hello.
I don't like you.
Someone doing the hoovering.
Okay, next topic.
Okay.
What have we talked about?
I don't know, I've missed half of it.
So have I.
Okay.
Well, basically, we can throw the floor open to our guest. So, what do they find most appealing about the Staggering Stories podcast as opposed to...
Oh, God. No pressure.
Nothing at all.
Quite often it's funny without even trying to be funny.
I'm not sure if that's a compliment.
That is a compliment, actually. That's the biggest compliment I make to people who do humour sometimes.
That's the trouble, though. We're not doing humour.
It was all serious.
Yes.
Deadly.
Well, it's like joining a bunch of friends. That's what it feels like. You know. And I mean, I know that's what it is, but that's also how it comes across. And that's the nicest bit, I think. Also, nerding it up with other people.
That's why she's nice.
Yes.
She bought us Twinkies at the folk festival.
Yeah, yes, she did.
And she says nice things.
She says very nice things. And also, Staggering Story brownies, which were delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have to do a few more of those. I think the best compliment we've ever been paid is the fact that we sound like a drunken conversation in a corridor at a con.
That's random, though.
True, yeah.
I think that's a fairly good compliment, actually.
Yeah. I think it was Naya who gave us that one.
No, Naya just said, please stop writing to me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
She's got fairy lights.
I do, yes.
Up in the corner. Yeah.
Are you just planning early for Christmas?
No, I'm one of those sad people who didn't take them down.
Well, that's bad luck, you know.
Well, see, I put them up one year, and then I took them down, rolled them up, put them in the closet, took them out the next year, and the bulbs, half of them didn't work, and so on and so forth. The next year I put them up, plugged them in, and just left them up, and the bulbs seemed to work just fine. So I think something about the act of rolling them up and putting them in the cupboard. So I just leave them up, and they perk up the place on a grey afternoon. And
She's missed the true meaning of Christmas there, hasn't she? It is to swear and curse whilst untangling Christmas lights.
Yeah, stamp.
When we
don't say stuff like that. You're giving me flashbacks.
When we unpacked our Christmas stuff last year, I'd written a note to myself that I'd forgotten about, and I'd basically said, "Dear Keith, please remember that I love you even if I've accidentally wandered in front of a bus." I think it was in a strange place.
It was in the light. In with the lights. So after I'd have unravelled the lights and spent hours cursing them,
yeah,
I'd have broke down this note. I love you. I just want you to know.
Okay.
Maybe the theory was if you died, then he'd get out the lights and celebrate. I don't know.
This is what I assumed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Scott, I find that rather disconcerting. Your room keeps changing colour.
Yeah, it's been pink, green.
Oh.
No, that's black. Oh, he's got a very
he's food now.
He's got an oversized dude. Either that or it's a source manipulator.
I've got an equivalent of one of those. I'd have to turn this light off to get the full effect.
Oh Jesus, they're comparing balls.
No, mine's... Hang on.
Mine's gone.
No,
I can't compete. Mine's gone flat.
Oh dear.
No, I
Get yourself a volley.
I have one of these.
I feel like Gene Marsh, you see.
Annoyingly, it has a sort of battery that I can't actually change because it's one of those big round things.
It's a very Alas Poor Yorick stance right there.
I did have a sonic screwdriver around here somewhere, but I mislaid it.
Sorcerer.
What in there?
It's my proper blue atmospheric lighting for you.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh God, what have you got?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Has Keith found a toy?
Yeah, you have to turn the light off or it won't work.
Ooh, it's
I'm eating crisps.
Oh, is it a plasma ball?
I don't know what it is. It glows and looks. Oh, the lid comes off.
Ooh. Definitely not a plasma ball then. I've killed about 2 of those. Things have a near magnetic attraction to them and they end up getting smashed.
Hang on.
Ooh, look at that.
Somebody's taken us outside. Is that for proper Wi-Fi reception?
Oh, outside!
The sun's
Hello, Ted.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
So we've had the inside of people's houses, now we're going to get the outside of people's gardens.
Yeah. We like to see all of the world.
Oh God, yeah. Got to get out and about. We don't get out and about enough as it is.
And live smoking.
Turn the light on.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry about the light smoking.
something with you, isn't it? Oh.
It's like the pyrotechnic show.
And animals too.
And actual rabbits.
Actual rabbits. Stop it.
Scott.
I'm not sure.
Oh, he's back again!
He's too busy changing colours. It's purple again now.
It's Pride at the weekend, and I'm working there. And then
well.
oh my God!
So are you taking your own lighting system then?
That bubble machine.
Early practice.
And then I suddenly realised what I had agreed to look after 12 youths on the busiest day of the year in the busiest place in the country.
It'll be easy.
Oh yeah. As long as I've got my own lighting system.
We'll be thinking of you, Scott. That means this.
So you got to take some method of crowd control. Have you got something
A taser?
vaguely violent, like a whip? Yeah, Karen's ahead of me. You mind reader, Karen. Failing that, just every sonic screwdriver you own.
Yeah, it won't do anything, will it? It's not going to deter anyone.
No.
Bigger than my one.
Need a really good stern look. That's all.
Yeah, you need a Paddington Bear hard stare.
Yes.
I might talk like Cartman from South Park all day. Go, hey!
Beefcake! Beefcake!
Respect my authority.
Beefcake!
Elizabeth's a teacher. Show him your strict stare.
Oh.
Ooh. Let's see.
Fail.
You really got to hold their eyes for quite a long time until they realize that you're not going to look away, and then, you know.
I'm going to tower over them, of course, because they're 16 to 21 and I'm 5'4". So they're going to take me seriously.
To my life, yeah. I'm 5'3", and I had children last year who had to duck to come in the door.
Oh.
But that's why they have to stay in their seats, so I'm still taller.
Yeah, yes.
I might just
Go
fly
to
you
any
over.
advantage you can.
Dave has threatened to come and loom at them every now and again.
He scares me.
I scare you.
Yeah, you do. At times you do scare me, yes, I'll give you that.
Don't I scare you? I
You
followed you
don't
around.
scare anyone.
You're cuddly, Scott.
You mean I won't let go?
Yeah. Get off!
Oh, dear. Any other topics, people?
Let me know about New York. Anywhere we should go in New York?
Oh, yeah.
God. I know there's meant to be a Who bar somewhere in New York.
Who bar?
A Who bar, yeah.
So that's twice now my iPad's decided to reset.
Steve Jobs is haunting you.
But say what you like for Apple technology, it gets back into this quicker than the laptop does. Where I have to reach for the web browser and then I'm filled with a sea of information and no idea what to click on.
Yep. Well, that's my dealings with technology anyway. Just randomly press things.
I guess I should show off my latest autograph, which will mystify any Americans watching.
Hang on. Oh, no.
That's not an autograph.
It's down there. Down there. Cousin Dave?
No.
Oh!
Trevor and Simon!
Yes. who I hung out with for about 10-15 minutes, and I suddenly realised we're getting on so well. I should ask him if I can do a quick interview. So I just said to them, "Can I interview you for my YouTube?" Because I'd got my camcorder on, and they went, "All right then." I chatted to them on my camcorder for a couple of minutes.
Did they sing Frog Went A-Courting, He Did Ride?
Hum hum.
No.
It's a shame.
I was being slightly freaked out by how old they are basically now. Not so much to look at, but by the fact that they've both got kids at school or at sixth form and about to head to college and stuff. And so one person wandered up at one point and went, "Oh, you don't know me, but our kids are at the same school." And they then proceeded to have a conversation in front of me for about 10 minutes about what their kids were up to at school. And I went, God, these guys are getting old, aren't they? And essentially, they're still busy earning money writing TV shows for CBBC and CBeebies these days. And their oddest gig recently is they wrote the script for a Turkish TV show that's sort of a Turkish version of a sort of You've Been Framed type show, which then did so well in Turkey, it was sold to South African television, where they speak English, So their script, which they wrote in English and was translated into Turkish, they are now going to dub into English again. But it'll only be seen in South Africa.
The realities of
So
television.
that's one for Adam's mum and dad.
Yeah, maybe me. I'm probably going to be there in February. It's on in February.
So if you flick round the channels one night and suddenly hear Trevor and Simon's voice, you'll know why.
Getting back to New York, have we booked the apartment?
Yep, I got the word through this afternoon. The apartment is empty.
House party!
It's always swinging pad, isn't it?
That's cutting up.
I think it's probably next on my list after I do Chicago in 2017. That's assuming I even get my act together for Chicago.
Chicago.
I didn't catch that. What was that?
No.
If Merlin's trying to ask, am I doing Chicago for Chicago TARDIS? No, I'm not. I'm doing it because I have a friend in Chicago. So I won't be there at the right time of year for Chicago TARDIS.
It could be though, couldn't you?
Not really, because the whole thing's being coordinated around the fact that there's a total eclipse of the sun in whatever month of the year it is, September of 2017. So I'm going to Chicago via, I can't even remember where it was now. Memphis, I think, off the top of my head.
My geography again.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Texas.
No, I don't think so.
You too, Scott, can discover the wonderful thing that is airport queuing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, the thing is, it's not so bad on our side of the Atlantic. It's when you get to American airport queues. Now, those are ridiculously long.
Yeah, immigration is kind of ridiculous.
And they don't seem to have a sense of humour either.
Oh no! Well, the conclusion
They
I
have men
came
with
to on
guns and dogs.
the conclusion I came to on both times entering America was basically everyone remotely official at the airport. Give them a uniform, and essentially they think they're a cop. Because that was the attitude I got off all of them.
Any recommendations for things I should or should not do?
Well, if you've got a sticker for Egypt in your passport, don't try and make a joke about why you went to Egypt.
Oh God, no! Oh yeah.
I remember that very well. I mean, when I went out to Seattle about 12 years ago, I was passing through immigration, and I had a couple of visa stamps from Egypt in my passport. And the customs official, I mean, I was the last one through, and so I think he decided to devote all his attention to my passport just to make sure that there were no discrepancies in it. And when he saw these Egyptian stamps in my passport, he thumbed through it very carefully, kept glancing at me in a rather sort of suspicious manner. After about 2 or 3 minutes deliberation, he handed it back and said, "Welcome to the US, sir." That was 2 minutes of my life, that was.
We glance at you in a suspicious manner.
Yeah. A lot of people say that.
No, my main memory of getting out of the States in 2013 is I was one of only about 2 or 3 people who were pulled out of the queue and had the humiliation of being put through the full body scanner, which I've described to people subsequently as oddly like being photocopied.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Because that
It's
thing
a really
comes around.
weird thing. They stick you in this machine. You have to stand on a specific point, and they tell you to put your arms up in the air, and then suddenly you hear, what? And then this rather tall guy, who's rather disconcertingly wearing rubber gloves, then goes, "Yeah, that'll be all, sir. And you can go and get your shoes and join the rest of the civilization who are actually doing sensible things by this point, like eating."
I had a little bit of that when we went to Egypt and leaving this country, and I had the little Dalek.
He had Mr. Dalek in a special package in his hand luggage. And this poor woman who searched his hand luggage just held this thing up and raised an eyebrow at him.
Yeah.
And we then lost him next to the Great Pyramid. He's somewhere in the Sahara Desert.
Most airport officials just raise an eyebrow when they see Keith coming anyway.
Well, yeah.
I expected the conversation to go along the lines of, what flavoured Swarfiga would you like, Mr. Dunn?
Yeah, but there again, in thousands of years to come, if the pyramids are still standing and they're doing excavations around it, they're going to dig up a small plastic Dalek.
Yep.
And they're going to think they're going to think it's a relic of the time of the pharaohs.
Wouldn't that be funny? What are you doing now?
He's probably trying to find Mr. Dalek Mark II.
Love you.
Jeez.
Love you.
It's compulsive viewing the Keith and Karen show. I'm waiting to find out how long it takes for Karen to hit him.
I wouldn't hit him in front of people.
No, you'd turn the camera off and we'd get the sound effect instead.
Dear.
Oh, we had, when Dave came
He's driven
through,
you to drink now.
I waited for him. His plane landed, and it was about an hour and a half before he came out from customs, because the queue was, of course, ridiculous. He finally gets to the front of it, and then he's got this additional packet of paperwork and immigration documents and everything. So they ask him to go sit in another room, which is always disturbing.
Yeah.
And say, we'll be right back, and then, 20 minutes later, while he's still sitting there, and then finally came back and went through all his documents and asked him all of these questions about his documents. And, your wife is quite a bit younger than you, sir. At which point he said, yes, but she's the mature one.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, he just that was, I think, the most nerve-wracking experience either of us have ever had with immigration.
Cool. Were they filming it? Is he going to end up on some sort of airport show?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Nothing
knows.
to declare.
It's like, be quiet. Remember, they don't have a sense of humor. Do not make jokes of these people.
He should have turned around and said, yes, I've been grooming her.
She's my mail order bride.
My Jimmy. I always remember, once I got through the passport control at SeaTac airports, I had to make the usual, answer the usual questions, like, have you brought any food into the US, and all those questions. There was a young lady who was asking me these questions, and perched rather precariously on the side of her desk was a member of the Seattle Police Department.
Ooh.
And I think he was trying to cut a dash with her, because I think he saw the questions that sort of she was asking all the sort of people coming into the US as a distraction from his trying to chat her up. So.
I think my favourite memory of the first time we went to Los Angeles was when we were exploring and we spotted the police car outside the corner shop. And like this bunch of silly little English people we're all peering at it, and this officer comes out with a paper bag in his arm and says, "Can I help you folks?" And bless him, he posed for a photo for us in front of his car.
Yep.
But he wouldn't draw his gun because apparently there was too much paperwork.
Yeah.
But he was wonderful.
He was our first experience.
And the second experience with a police officer was when Jean tried to get directions to the Hollywood sign at about 11 o'clock at night.
No, you don't want to go there.
While he was frisking a suspect. And both of them essentially said, "No, you don't want to go up there, ma'am. It's dangerous." And then, of course, there was the time Adam was arrested for dressing up as a small girl.
Yes.
Perfectly legal.
Oh, dear. Right, I am going to absolutely burst if I don't go to the bathroom.
Well, yeah,
to wish you all
time
good
to wrap it up anyway. So, if any last words want to be said,
Sasquatch.
Shut up.
Sasquatch.
We're sorry.
So sorry.
What about I don't want to go? I don't want to go.
I just want to say thank you to everyone for listening to us and being nice to us.
And putting up with us.
Yep, I would just like to personally apologise for the last 8 years.
I should think so
Oh, there's
too.
no need. I just want to say you should do one of these again.
Better organised.
They're always good fun.
We'll actually prepare for the next one.
In a chaotic kind of way.
All I can say is, here's to the next 8 years.
Oh.
Well, hopefully we'll survive to at least 10. Make a big one for the 10th. Don't know what we're going to do.
If we go another 8, Keith will nearly be a pensioner.
It's already there.
I love you truly and deeply.
Oh, what's going on?
I hate you.
Oh, I missed that.
I'll do it again.
No, you won't. Right, I'm going now.
Wrong time stiggler, Keith.
Don't. Right, how do you turn this off?
Up to the end.
Well, shall I take us all out with an outro then?
Oh yeah, okay.
No, go for it, go for it.
Right, in the best tradition of the podcast, and so, dear listeners, this brings us to the end of another podcast.
Oh.
A very special podcast, a visual podcast.
Ooh.
But dear listeners, in the next one, there'll be more of the same. More fun, frivolity, and jollity. More news. More Who Old and You. So until that time, letter please.
V for video.
V. Oh, V. So until that very similitude of video, vastness, and what else? No. And variety comes...
Vomiting.
And again, my iPad
Down
crashed.
upon us. This is me, Crumbly, saying, good seeing you.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Meanwhile, Scott's in a red light district. Now, don't be dragging people through a red light district on Saturday, Scott.
Thank you all.
Fun, guys.
Yes, see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.